We've already got a problem. What's happened?
So I've just been outside to put some rubbish in the bin, and as I came back, I realised that we're in a puddle of water. And
Right.
actually, having a look underneath, it looks like the inlet tube to the grey water tank has split somewhere. I don't know where though, because I can't get onto the van.
Problem number 2. Gary's just realised he's blown a fuse. Okay, so you've checked the fuses. What's the score?
Yeah, so the side lights are not working. The running lights are not working. So obviously the side lights are connected to my rear view camera.
Okay.
I've checked the fuses. All the fuses are good. So it's something a bit more serious. Hopefully not too serious. But what we'll have to make sure we do is we're just not driving in anything other than full daylight.
So we've had a bit of a discussion, and we think the best thing to do is to head off to where we're going to stay tonight. It's not that far away. It's probably only about half an hour. But the bottom line is we don't want to get caught in the dark if we've got no lights. We're going to head to Los Alcazares now, aren't we? Yeah. We're coming up to the air in Los Alcazares. Good grief. It's absolutely rammed.
No, I think is the answer.
I don't really like staying in places like this. But do we need the water? Do we need the empty? Do we need everything?
No, we don't.
Okay, so if you do want to come and stay in a place like this one has got everything you're going to need. This is called the Area Los Alcazares. It's the Eco Camper Park. But I don't really fancy staying here, Gary.
No, don't like it.
It's really rammed.
I'd rather go and find a sea view.
I think we're going to go and wing it a little bit. Let's go and find somewhere to park up because we don't need any services. If we needed services, we would probably think about it. There's another one just over there, look. It's absolutely rammed as well. So the thing is, if you need your services, you do have to come to these sort of places, but we don't really need them at the moment, so we're not going to bother. It's really busy. Right, so it's absolutely chock-a-block, isn't it?
Yes.
Looks really nice, I'm going to be honest. It looks beautiful, and I wanted to go and see a sculpture, but we just can't get parked. So I think we're going to head further down the Mar Menor, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get as far as La Manga, but we might. I think we just got to get out of this particular area. It's super packed. It looks super fun, but we didn't really want to stay in one of those parking airs, did we?
Oh, one of those sardine cans.
Well, they do have their uses though, Gary. When we need to empty, we can't wait to find one of them, can we?
That's right.
Nice Los Alcazares roundabout. Do you want to cross the road or not? Because we don't want to run you over. Come on then, if you're going. Shall we go? See you later. Bye, Puskin. So we've just kind of found this car park at the back of, where are we? Punta Brava.
Punta Brava.
And there's like an old car park here. We're toying with this idea. It just looks like everybody's parked their cars down here. It's got a sea view, but I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's a regatta club, Gary. It's a sailing club.
Yeah.
So we're just looking for this car park that's apparently at this end of this very quiet road. But we're both really quite keen to stay somewhere like this. It's very quiet. Oh, look, there's a motorhome down there. There's a few people there. Oh, this is a great car park.
This is a good place.
Okay, right. We'll put the details down below. But I think we're going to stop here for the night.
Yeah.
It looks as if you're on a slant though, Gary, I'll be honest. I think you want to get down the bottom like what that caravan's done. And like go on your side. Okay, we like this. This looks really nice.
Yeah,
And I think it might be a bit slanty, isn't it?
well, actually, it's a perfect opportunity because we're slightly down this side, but I want to put on the ramp, up on the ramp, so I can get underneath to have a look where the leak is.
He does, yeah. We've got to try and find out why that grey's coming out. Gary's just gone on the ramps, but look, what a beautiful view. Gary's going to have a quick look underneath to see if he can find out what's happened. That's a perfect opportunity to get under, isn't it, Bab?
It is.
Oh, God, I wouldn't want to be you. Oh, I just saw a drip. Did you see that drip?
Yeah.
He reckons he's found it. Has one of the pipes come off the other one, has it?
Yeah, one of the pipes off the grate has come off.
Okay, brilliant. Have you finished that now?
Oh, aye.
I've made you a cup of tea.
Oh, thanks, Don.
Right, cheers.
Cheers.
So you've solved the grey water.
Oh, God, yeah. So luckily it wasn't too difficult. That was just a case of the pipe had come out.
Right.
So it was a case of popping it back in and then tightening up the screw. So couple of minutes.
Did you have to wrap anything around it, or just tighten the screw?
Just did it. It all fits together. It slots together in a junction, and it was that junction that vibrated open. So.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Thankfully.
But we still ain't got no lights, have we?
No.
So what's the situation with the lights? Because you've had a look, haven't you?
Yeah, so the lights, I've checked all the fuses, I've checked all the relays, I've done as much checking as I know how to.
Yeah.
But that's the limit of my knowledge.
So what are we going to do?
What about that guy that lives not too far from us? He's really good with electrics. I'll take to them when we get back.
Well, of course, that is the big problem with having an old van, isn't it?
It is. Things just go wrong when they don't work. Old vans are like old men. You know, sometimes things just don't work like they used to do.
Or anybody old, to be honest.
And let's not misinterpret that comment. I don't want any comments about blue pills and shit like that.
Okay, right. This took a really weird turn. Thanks, Gary. None of that. We was just going to talk about the van a little bit. So I don't think we've ever talked about how we got the van, have we?
We haven't, no.
No. So look at you. He's right tickle pink with himself. Tickle blue. Well, it all started when we came back from holiday one time and I had a tummy ache. And I said to Gary, and I'd had to phone in work sick. And when you've already had 2 weeks off and then you're you have to phone in sick, you feel as if they're thinking, yeah, we're all right. Off sick, you mean you've just still on holiday?
Well, you missed the plane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, I goes to the doctor. I couldn't get an appointment, but I could see a nurse about 5 o'clock that evening. So I went down there and, she had a bit of a feel around and then she disappeared and called a doctor. And I was thinking, oh, okay, what's going on? And the doctor came in, had a feel as well. I was getting right felt up that day. Anyway, so they said to me, well, we can feel quite a big lump. And I thought, oh, right. And didn't think too much of it. Anyway, I was sent on a succession of tests, etc. Long story short, within 2 weeks, I'd had a total hysterectomy. So I was in recovery, and obviously it's quite a difficult recovery, to be honest, isn't it? Yeah. It's not a very nice operation, but I'm here, I'm fine, and everything's fine. But while I was in recovery, we started to think about what we were going to do when Gary left the army. Because you were due to leave, but we were about 9 months off of that, weren't we?
10 months out, yeah. Yeah. We still didn't have really any plans, did we?
We didn't have any plans. We didn't know what we were going to do. We were living in a military quarter as well in Portsmouth, and we, sort of didn't really have any family ties there as such. It's not our family home or anything. So we started to think, would it be quite nice to buy a van and go around Europe? That was the initial plan, wasn't it?
It was first, yeah.
Yeah. And because I had a bit of time on my hands, I started then looking online for vans. Well, you know what it's like. Once you start, you're obsessed with it, aren't you? So I was looking at layouts. I was looking at, what we would really want. And I knew that I would want a bit of space in the kitchen. And I also knew I'd want a bit of a nice sort of size bathroom so I could get ready and have a little bit of privacy. And a big bed, because I get boiling hot, don't I? Mm-hmm. So anyway, I'd found this motorhome, and I'd seen this one. We'd gone and seen a few, so we knew the type of motorhome we wanted, and we didn't have a massive budget. We had around about the 25,000 mark. We didn't really have a lot more than that to spend on a motorhome, did we?
That's right.
Gary was at work, and I said, I think I found our motorhome. And this is how great he is. So what did you do as soon as I messaged you?
So I had a look and thought, right, where is it? And it turned out to be in Coventry, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a drive. I was in
Portsmouth. It was in Coventry. I'd gone to work on that morning on my motorbike, as I did most days.
Yeah.
And so I thought, right, well, because these vans are fairly rare. They come up quite rarely. So I thought, if I don't make a move right now, if we like it, we're going to miss it.
And we are a bit spontaneous.
We are very spontaneous, yes. So I had a word with my sort of big boss and said, boss, I'm off to look at a motorhome. And he said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Coventry. And he went, right. I said, I'll see you tomorrow. So I
went that day, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I had a word with my team, make sure everything was all right. And then I left, jumped on the bike, 2.5 hours up to Coventry. Had a look around it, really good. Had a chat with the salesman, had a test drive. There was a few things I didn't like, but speaking to him, he said, right, I'll sort all that out. Mm-hmm. He did. And long story short, we bought the van.
But we were taking a leap of faith because it's not a new van. So it's how old was it when we bought it?
So it was
16 years old, 17 years old?
16 years old when we bought it.
16 years old when we bought it. And it cost us 26,000, didn't it, at the time? and there was 55,000 miles on the clock, wasn't there?
So mileage, not a lot.
Not that much,
But
really.
because of its age, it means it had some
So
use.
we then had a van in the drive. I could barely get into it because I was still in recovery for quite a while. And we didn't really get to use it until we started to think about, right, we're going to go to Europe. And then one day we were sitting there, I think watching TV or something. We were like, imagine if we could go to the States in our van. Gary went, maybe we can. So Gary starts doing all his like checks, like how could I get a van over to the States? And there was a very big lack of information about how you could do motorhoming in the States, wasn't there?
Yeah, so many questions that needed answering, and no one place to go to actually find the answers.
It was kind of why we started a YouTube channel in the first place, wasn't it? Because we wanted to create the video, you know, how do you ship your motorhome to the States? And obviously, when we started our YouTube channel, about 16 months ago now, just over a year ago, year and a half ago tops, we were like absolutely we're not exactly like professionals now, Gary, to be fair, but what we were doing was we was having to do everything in one take, because I didn't know how to edit anything at that time, so I didn't have any editing capacity. Thank God for Splice. So if you are kind of thinking of doing a YouTube channel, learn how to do a little bit of editing so you could do more than one thing. Poor old Gary used to have to remember everything to say and look fun. You didn't like it, did you?
Well, that's doing two things at once. Of course I didn't like it.
But it became like something that we could look back on, and it's a bit like our photo album, isn't it? That's one of the reasons why we really love to do YouTube. There's another reason, actually, as well. We live away from all of our family. I mean, families all over the UK, but also you've got family in Australia, haven't you?
Yeah, my mother, brothers and sisters all live in the UK. Yeah,
hi to those guys. They do love to watch as well. But also it's made us meet loads of people and interact with all of you guys, and we really love that as well. So we really like our comments that come in, and if you check some of the comments, some of them are really hilarious. Jean-Marc, I'm just going to have to give you a mention because the guy writes the most funniest things. So if you ever like need cheering up, just read our comment section. It's really funny, isn't it?
It stitches every time.
It does, yeah. But there's so many lovely, wonderful people. It's too many to mention in just one go. But I do want to say thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for making this part of our life really enriching. You know, we really enjoy you, and we love the fact that if we've cheered your day up, that's brilliant. But we do have a good laugh together, don't we? And we're really happy to share our sense of humour with the people that enjoy it. I've got to show you where we are fully. Look how beautiful this is. So this is a really big car park. Quite a lot of parking spaces. It goes all the way back there. And just to the side of it, there's a really nice little walkway. You'll probably be able to walk for miles all the way down there. You've got the beach down there, and just over the way is La Manga. Cool, this is beautiful. Fantastic for a free park up. And there's a bin there, so you're all right, you can use the bin. Yeah, we're really happy with this. We've got a nice little view from the van, and it seems as if it might be nice and quiet here. So right by the car park is a beautiful beach. Look at this. And you can see right over to La Manga as well. I'm just about making some dinner, so on the menu du jour, I'm making a bit of spicy chicken, that nice chicken breast I bought today. And I'm going to slice up a bit of garlic, a bit of potatoes that I'm boiling, and some lovely Spanish red peppers. And I'm going to fry them together in a bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and then serve it with a little bit of salad. We're not drinking, are we, Babs? So it's just a sparkling mineral water. And then we're going to have a little walk along the front there. Beautiful walk, Babs. But you can hear that music in the background.
Can't you?
I'm so chuffed we didn't stay where we were looking a minute ago. Could you imagine it? Like proper boom, 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 boom music. I don't mind that, but if I have to be in the mood for it, and not if I'm not drinking.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, you'd have to be there as well, otherwise keep you awake, as we're going to have probably an early night. It's smelling lovely already. So all of these potatoes have been sliced and then parboiled. They're pretty much boiled through, to be fair. A little bit of lovely Spanish red pepper, salt and pepper, olive oil and garlic. And then my chicken's already in the oven. She's cooking nicely, all spiced up. And I've done a really nice salad in my salad spinner. This is my favourite thing ever. And that's beautiful. That's seasoned as well with olive oil. The finished product. This looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does.
Gary's excited. I'm excited. We're going to tuck in. See you later. This up with Gary.
Great, isn't it?
We're just having a really nice evening stroll, and we can't believe there's a little bridge here, and it's nice and windy. It's the first time I've been called in ages. Thank you. It's just lifted the palm tree so I could walk under it. Over the gent, aren't you? The jetty goes out, but there's no sides. I'm a bit unsure. This is gorgeous, isn't it, Gary? So right over there is where the yacht club is that we'd parked next to earlier. We've definitely got a better spot here. It's perfect, isn't it? But people just put straight past you, and it's really wobbly. So you kind of got to have your wits about you. Literally 10 minutes from where we've parked the van down there, you've got a gorgeous Chiringuita. And look at this, the way they've lit up this palm tree. Oh, it's so nice, isn't it? He's just been outside and helped some guy that came knocking on the door. He spoke in Spanish, didn't he? We knew he wanted.
Spanish, yeah. So basically, he didn't understand how his air conditioning system worked.
Yeah.
He could see that there was a tank, but he didn't know how full it was going to get or how to empty it or anything like that. But actually, it's got a really clever system. The water produced by the air conditioning system goes into a tank, and then goes out through a filter and comes into his water tank in the van. So it doesn't have to be emptied; it's perpetual.
That's a brilliant recycling system, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he came in and he asked if we had aircon, and there we were with our lousy little pokey fan, and we were like, "No, we don't have air conditioning." But that was nice. That's just what we love about motorhoming, isn't it? We help people; they help us. It's a massive family. We love it. Right, we're ready to set off and head towards La Manga now, aren't we?
Yeah.
What a gorgeous night's sleep. Right, we can't recommend this place highly enough, can we?
It was great, wasn't it?
This was brilliant. We really enjoyed last night's sleep, but this is definitely much better, isn't it? It was really quiet. There is a lot of lighting around the car park, and actually you don't really need your lights on in the van, do you? It was really shining through the skylights, but it was really safe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've met some nice people here, said hi to them. So if you're watching, guys, hello. And a big shout out to all our Facebook followers. I put a post on this morning trying to get you to guess where we are. And it's loads of interaction. Thanks for that. It was really lovely to hear from you all. So hi to all the Facebook followers. We're on Facebook, A New Life in the Van. We're also on TikTok. We're new to that, so... we're like a couple of old codgers on that. So if you like TikTok, we're on there, A New Life in the Van as well. Give us a follow. Right, so let's head off now. We might stop at Mar de Cristal. We're going to see what that's all about, because it sounds so nice, doesn't it? All plush, crystalish. Oh, I don't know. Just on our way, but these guys have had a bit of trouble. So Gary's going to see if he can help them. Look at their gorgeous pooch. So I've made a new friend. Hello, you poochy poop. Isn't he gorgeous? So I think Gary's realised their water is leaking. Or old Gary, I think he's getting really filthy up to there. So we don't know what's wrong with the guy's thing. It seems to be leaking water or something. But he'll help if he can. But he hasn't got all his tools or anything with him anyway. He's only got a few bits to fix things. So second time lucky, we're going to set off again. What do you reckon was wrong with it for him?
So it was that collection box for water. That wasn't leaking, but I think the rain's come in and it's collecting somewhere on between the layers of that floor and in his garage. So it wasn't really that his water thing was burst? No, I think that was rainwater, definitely.
Bless him. He said the van's 20 years old. We know what that's at. What's ours, about 18, 19?
18 now.
18 is going to... Ooh, can drink now. He was just saying the police popped around this morning. I didn't see them. So were they just driving around the car park?
Yeah, when I went to throw the rubbish in the bin, they passed me, sort of waved, and he sort of came round, did a circle, and then drove off. I think they were just checking that the people that were down there haven't been here for weeks and months.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? People, they come along and they stay in the same spot for ages, and it stops everybody being able to use it. So this is what we like to move on, maybe 1 or 2 nights, but we always like to move on because you don't want to look as if you're just trying to live there. And that's what ends up happening. That's why these places get shut down all the time. Just driving through the town of Los Nietos. There's beautiful murals along there. Isn't that lovely, Gary? Look at that. There's loads of places to park. Oh yeah, we're just heading towards La Manga here. But look, this is really pretty. Oh, it's a bit of a narrow road. Oh, that guy's giving us a bit of spare room. Gracias. That's a bit wide, that, wasn't it? A bit of a swing.
It's a bit tight, that
Oh gosh, an Irish pub, the Shamrock Bar. It's an Irish pub everywhere. Just going to have a little drive through Mar de Cristal. There's a lovely welcome sign as well. Welcome to Mar de Cristal. Thanks very much. Well, this is interesting because there's a lot of space. You could easily park for the night over here, no problem. You're not going to be bothering anyone, certainly not out of season. Look at that gorgeous rock in the distance there. Is that on La Manga?
It's got an island.
It's a separate island.
Yeah.
Wow.
An island in the Mar Menor.
We've just spotted a recycling set of bins up here, so we're just going to get rid of some glass bottles and bits and pieces we got. Oh, you can't go in there? Why can't you go in there? You can turn around in there. That's all right, love. You'll be able to go in there. Spain has loads of these recycling bins all over the place, so it's quite easy to get rid of your rubbish. So it's really beautiful down by the coastline. It's all sort of one ways everywhere, so you have to really watch where you're going. There's lots of places you could park just in a residential street. And it seems quite nice. It's a little bit, it's out of season, and you can tell a lot of places are boarded up for the season. So we think we're going to head out of Mar de Cristal. It's really nice, but there's not a lot going on at the moment, is there? So I think we're going to go where we're really going to stay tonight. So we're heading up to La Manga now. Really looking forward to getting onto La Manga, aren't we? So we'll have a bite to eat in a bit. We're heading to go to a lighthouse, and we seem to have taken a little bit of a dodgy turn. You're going to go left, right at the bottom, I think, Babs. Let me just have a look. Yeah, it's the very last one at the bottom. Oh, God. Oh, there's always one in there that's waiting for a space for about 5 million hours. Why is he just waiting? Oh, that person's got to pull out.
He's waiting for that person to go.
This is very popular around here. This is before we're getting onto La Manga. We're going to go and see a little lighthouse, but what a lovely little port. Although Gary doesn't look very happy.
No, I don't like it when I can't see the turning I'm supposed to take.
No, I know. It doesn't help that you haven't got your
Busy
reversing
area.
cameras. Yeah, we just go slow, sweetie. You're fine. It was a right old tight road there getting out of the port, wasn't it?
Just a bit.
Beautiful area down there, though. So if you want to buy to eat or something, it's gorgeous. Right, so we're on the main part of the road now. We're just heading up. It's about 1 kilometre away. We think there's a lighthouse. Some lovely restaurants around here. Well, there it is. That's massive. I think you've got to climb up that hill. Okay, about that. Oh, I don't know about this. That's a bit of a trek up that hill to go up to it, babe.
It's a bit, isn't it?
Oh, flipping hell. It's not looking as exciting as I thought. Okay, so there's plenty of parking here. There's in a bus stop. Look, there's another motorhome over there, look. Except for buses. Oh, right, so you can't park there. There's a little chiringuito. Is there one next to the other motorhomes? They must be slightly bigger. He's a bit shorter than us, I think, though, isn't he? Wow. It's some view up here, though. Oh, look at that lovely kite surfing. God, there's loads of them. He's really sticking out there. We're thinking about going here, next to the accessible one. Do you want to take like a double spot? Like, so you're a bit more further in? Well, we're going to be sticking out like mad, aren't we? Wow, that's absolutely gorgeous. But it doesn't half look a trek. The lighthouse is beautiful. We're not going to walk around it because we're going to get over to La Manga. But you can see this gorgeous view, and you've got La Manga just there. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time when we're in La Manga.